What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of PPS. I am your host, Jonathan Rittenauer, and in this week's episode, we'll be looking at the Steelers' Week 15 matchup versus the Buffalo Bills. I am super excited about this game. There's a reason why they flexed it to a Sunday night. It has playoff implications, and it's going to be a great defensive game all around. But before we get into all that jazz, let's do a recap of the Steelers' Week 14 win versus the Arizona Cardinals. First off, the Steelers once again and again and again have shown us why they are an elite defense, why this team can rely on them to win them games. They held Kyler Murray in check throughout the game. They kept him in the pocket. They rarely ever allowed him to scramble. Even when he did, it wasn't anything too damning. And what's amazing to me about this team is they can send 3 to 4 pass rushers, and it makes it feel like an all-out blitz. It makes it feel like they're sending the whole house. An interesting statistic here is that they lead the league with 48 sacks this year. And they're one of the least teams to send a blitz. So that really has to make you think. This team is legit. This team is good. And this is all led by Bud Dupree, TJ Watt, and Cam Hayward. You know, their secondary does a great job as well, but getting to the passer is a great quality that a lot of teams don't have, and we have that without sending a blitzer at some points, which allows you to cover more people on the field, and that has been one of the key strengths to the Steelers defense. But they had limited Kyler Murray to only 194 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. But let's keep in perspective that he had those 2 touchdowns because of the great field position that he was gifted by the fumble by Benny Snell. And I believe that the other one came off Barry's fake punt debacle. No one told him that, and that's crazy to me. No one told him that the fake punt was off, and so he looked like an actual duck out there. Devlin wasn't the only duck out there. Apparently, Barry was the other duck out there, and he got smoked. But on the flip side of the things, the offense did very well. Right now, we have to keep in mind Devlin Hodges, this is only his 3rd start. So it's baby steps for him. But he looks pretty dang good. Like, he went 16 for 19 with 152 yards and 1 touchdown to Deontay Johnson. And that is not bad. 16 of 19. And he had that nice pass to Deion Kane, and he had a couple nice passes to James Washington, and that incredible touchdown pass to Deontay Johnson. And so, you know, Devlin Hodges may not be putting up these gaudy numbers, but he's doing the things that he needs to do to get it done. And he's been not making the mistakes that he's been kind of keeping himself from making the mistakes that a rookie quarterback would make. We see that. Like, Kyler Murray threw 3 interceptions, and he made like 3 rookie mistakes. Devlin Hodges didn't make those mistakes. And sometimes when you have a good defense, that's really what's going to be the key to winning, you know? If your offense can't make a lot of mistakes and they can capitalize on the opportunities given, that's really what it all comes down to. But Deontay Johnson, he gave us a glimpse of his potential, right? I mean, they showed us, he's given us a glimpse of his greatness, especially with that punt return, which was incredible. He has some wheels on him, and that catch to the corner of the end zone was pretty incredible. But also, I'm going to have to say that I'm very impressed with Kareth White. Like, no one knew who Kareth White was. No one cared who Kareth White was. But man, that guy's got some wheels. Like, it seemed like every time when he got the ball, like, he had positive yardage. He was going for like 5 to 10 yards each carry. And I didn't understand why they weren't giving the ball to him more. I understand that you're relying on Benny Snell to be your future. But Kareth White, man, he's come in and he's shown us that he has some explosive speed. And so also Deion Kane, like another free agent no one's ever heard of. I think a lot of people have criticized the Steelers organization for not going out and getting free agents that are well known. Like, we all know the names out there right now in free agency that the Steelers could have got, and they ended up not. They ended up going with guys that we haven't heard of, but it shows you what Colbert is doing in that office. Like, he's doing an incredible job right now leading this team and getting quality guys that are going to fit into this team. So, that's just an applaud to the front office of the Steelers. They're doing a spectacular job there. And you also have to think now going into this week, the Steelers are going to have their hands full offensively. Like, this defense, this Bills defense, they're incredible. But I think the Steelers, in my mind, will be fine. But you're just hoping that Devlin Hodges doesn't make the mistakes that we all probably thought he would have made already. We just hope that this game isn't the game where he makes those mistakes. And we're hoping that it doesn't cost the team a win. But it is going to be a defensive game all around. The Bills defense is just incredible as the Steelers defense. I may be a little bit biased. I believe that the Steelers defense is a little bit better. But I think if Devlin Hodges comes into this game with the mindset of just doing what he can do without doing things beyond him, I think that they'll be fine offensively. But if you watch Josh Allen when he played against the Ravens last week, he panicked quite a bit. Like, he looked uncomfortable in the pocket. He was sacked multiple times, and it seems like there was just enough pressure where it made him so uncomfortable that he made the mistake of rolling outside of the pocket and taking losses instead of just throwing the ball away. And it seems like Josh Allen is very apt of doing this because you've seen it on the tape last week where Josh Allen, he would take the sack over just getting rid of the ball. Like, a lot of negative yardage plays last week. The Ravens didn't give him time to be comfortable in the pocket and make decisions, which is key for the Steelers this week. They cannot allow Josh Allen to just sit in the pocket because that's when he's the most dangerous. I understand that he has scrambling ability, and when he finds holes in the defense, when he's sitting in the pocket, that's when he's going to take it. But when he feels like he has pressure, it seems like he time and time again makes mistakes when he feels that pressure. They held the Bills defense, the Ravens held the Bills defense to a season low of 209 yards of total offense. Which is incredible. 1 touchdown and 17 of 39 passing for Josh Allen. 2 for 14 on attempts longer than 10 yards, and he was sacked multiple times throughout the game. That is an incredible stat. Like, if the Steelers can hold them to 200 yards or less this week, I could see that being a key to victory, but we all don't know. So if the Ravens offense figured out Josh Allen, I think the Steelers defense will take that game plan out of the Ravens playbook and they would try to apply it to the game, this week's game, and see what happens. They just have to continue to have constant pressure on Josh Allen while he's in the pocket. Do not even give him time to get comfortable, because when he starts making throws, that's when he's dangerous, because he gets comfortable back there and he'll start making throw after throw after throw. So what does the defense have to do this week? They have to pressure Josh Allen. They can't allow him to be comfortable in the pocket. And I believe this week, and this may be going out on a limb, I think Karras White will shine this week. I think they'll use him more in the offense this week, and I think he is going to shine. That may be stepping out on a limb, but I believe also Devlin Hodges will shine this week. I know I said this last week, but I do believe that he is going to find his rhythm this week. And I'm not saying that he hasn't already found his rhythm. 16 of 19 is pretty stinking good. And I believe his passer rating through his first 3 starts is like a 97, which is incredible. Because that is way better than some of these great players like Sam Darnold and other players that are in the NFL that have been number 1 draft picks. So that is incredible to me. I believe on the defensive side of things, I think Bud Dupree and TJ Watt will continue to do their things. I think Ryan, why was I going to say Ryan Fitzpatrick? I believe... I don't know why I can't think of his name this week, but I believe that Fitzpatrick is going to have a great game as well. I'm looking for him to get at least two interceptions. And maybe that's going too far out on a limb, but I believe it's going to happen. So I believe that the Steelers are going to win this game 24-17. We'll see what happens. I may be completely wrong about that, but that's what's so great about this show. You can comment down below and tell me what you guys think, what you guys believe is going to happen in this game. Who's going to be the standouts in this game? Who's going to shine in this game? Tell me what your predictions are down in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.